Has the Dark Citadel ever crossed your mind? And then the next thought was, nope, absolutely not. That seems scary. Well, don't worry. It's not as bad as it seems. I'm going to give you a complete breakdown of the run. This is going to be a live running that I'm running a bunch of people through, explaining the whole fight, how to do it, and we get through the runs just fine. The Dark Citadel does require at least 2 people to do it. So if you're looking for more people that are going to be able to come and do these runs with you, hop into Discord. The link is going to be right at the top of the description of this video. We have a ton of people there playing every day. The voice channel is nice and full. It's a really, really great community. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Well, here we go. Enjoy the run. So they're going to be the same. When you first start, you don't necessarily need to kill the monsters. You can. But what you're looking for is on your mini-map. If you look up here, we're looking for these treasure wardens. So the little treasure reward here, we want to get that to 2 out of 4. It can only go to 2 out of 4. So once you've gotten to 2 out of 4, that's when we're going to move on to the next room. But you're just going to clear all of them until you move on to the next one. It doesn't mean that you have to kill 4 of them. You just have to kill them until you move to 2 out of 4. So for these first few stages, this is where you want to spread out a little bit more. Everybody looks for their own treasure warden. It just makes the floors go by faster. So now that we're at 2 out of 4, we're going to move on to the next room here. Anytime that you see any of these siphons, you're going to click on the siphons, any one of them, and then you stand inside of them. If there's more than one, then you put one person in one and then another person in another. That's going to make it maximize the time so that you can cut down on how long the runs take. So we're going to do these siphons until the little timer on the mini-map runs out, and then it's going to drop a soul core. And you kill this warden right here, the ward guardian, that gives you the ward stone. Pick up the ward stone, place it in the ceiling ward. Sometimes they have little pictures above their head or for the ward stone, so you're going to match the ward stones. And then the door will open, and then we move on to the next room. Here we're going to keep on looking for the treasure wardens, and then we're going to go to 4 out of 4 now. We're going to spread out a little bit, except when you run into dead ends. The best way to find the next rooms is you just run along the edges. That'll give you where your next rooms are. But once we find our last one and we get to 4 out of 4, which is somewhere around here, we're going to move on to the next room. This should be the last one to kill. We're at 4 out of 4, so we're going to head back up. So this is going to give you a little preview of what we're going to need to do. So 2 people go down one side, 2 people go down the other side. But you need to be able to hold the doors open for each other. So now I don't have anybody with me, but we got somebody here now. So then you see on the mini-map where the little circle is, that's where the ward guardian is. You stand on the little platforms to open up the door, and then you're going to put your ward stone in the ceiling ward, and you have to wait for your other team to do theirs also. So stand here, that opens up your door. Then your other team brings it, puts a ward stone in. If your team doesn't do it, a little timer runs out, and then you die. But now we got the soul siphon here. This is going to be what we do to unlock the boss. Once the soul siphon is done, stand next to it inside, kill monsters. On the mini-map, you're going to see a little circle flashing. So this can be done with anywhere from 2 to 4 players. It doesn't have to be just be 4 players. If it is 2 players, then you're going to have to do each side separately. So it can be done. So these phases right here, as you saw, like if we're doing it this with just 2 players, one person stands here, one person kills the boss, one person puts a stone in. So it really just depends on the group that you're running, but the whole entire thing can be done with 2 if you don't have enough people. But if you guys are looking for more people to do this with, because you want to have run with a full group, going into Discord would be a really great way to find some people. So this room here, we're back to running. We have to find a gateway. So the way that this gateway works is we're going to have to build the gateway. So we're just going to look for it. We're going to build the gateway by killing the gate guardians. If I remember that's correct, or if that's Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't remember which one it is. Congrats. So here's the gateway. So what we're going to look for is these little tiny things on the map. So you see my character's glowing with a little ring around it. When I run that over this, it puts the shards, let's see what they're called here. It puts the shards over this portal here, and you can actually see them on your mini map. You see this one all the way over here? Oh, someone grabbed it. It moved. It teleported. Oh no, it's still there. So now the gateway's ready. You click on it to activate it. Everybody stands on it, and then we go down. These right here are where you stay safe. As soon as you leave it, you start to get a debuff over your head. You're gonna follow these little ghost things right here. These ghost dude things. They're gonna point you to the direction of the next one. So we keep heading this way here. You just follow these ghost dude things until you get to the next bubble. That bubble is gonna reset the timer. So if you find the bubble, that's where it's gonna be. That's okay. We keep on going. Following the ghost dude things. And hope that you make it in time. So here is the shield. Now, immediately my debuff goes away above my head. And now I'm going to start rebuilding the portal to go back up. It is not an instant kill if the portal gets there. But it definitely hurts if your timer runs out, so that's why you run inside of that. You can always reset it as you go. We're going to rebuild our portal, and then we're going to go back up. Our last guardian. Okay, heading back up to the top. Activate the gateway. Perfect. So now we're at 0 out of 4 again. We're going to increase our rewards. And we're not going to go fight the boss. We're going to come back down and get our rewards. We got to kill our guardians here. But don't kill the boss until we get to 2 out of 4. Or else we just miss out on some rewards here. So whenever you see these here, we never kill the boss unless... Or we never move on to the next room unless you're at 2 out of 4 or 4 out of 4. Okay, so we're at 2 out of 4 now. Now we can go back to the boss room. Okay, so for this boss here, this one you just kill it, but now this one has a little indication of what the main boss fight is going to be. It was basically stuck to you by this little like ghostly beam. That is who the boss has aggro of, and that's going to come into play when we get to this final boss in this room here. So we're going to go back to 4 out of 4. We're going to kill our treasure wardens. Once we get back to 4 out of 4, then we're going to go and actually fight the boss. And I'll explain the boss fight real quick before we do it. Because this one, you actually have to know the mechanics, and you have to do them together. So we're just going to wait right here. What's going to happen is that the very first phase, the boss is going to come out. You're going to deal some damage to it. He's going to go immune. When he goes immune, you're going to run around the edges. You're going to kill the guardians that we were doing to rebuild the portal. So as we rebuild those portals, once the portal is done, one person, and I'll be that person, I'm going to get teleported down. Everybody else will stay up top. While you're up top, the boss will be targeting one person. You can see it by this little ghostly beam. I'm going to go down so I can see it, have it in the video, Dread. So they'll have this little like ghostly beam attached to it. and then that person is going to run right around the edges. Drop. If you get a red circle that's glowing around you, you drop that on the edges as well. The person that's going to go down, and I'll show you as we go down and get it, the person that goes down is going to kill 2 guardians, put 2 stones in, the boss is going to come down, you kill the boss, you pick up a stone, and then you come back up to the top. That's the only time that you can deal damage again to the boss, and then you rinse and repeat those phases. So everybody's job up top is going to be to just rebuild the portals and drop your puddles along the edge as best you can. So let's go do it, and I'll show you how it works. So first, boss is going to spawn right here. We're going to do a little bit of damage. That's the most you can do. Now, all of these guardians just started to spawn. We're going to rebuild that portal. So you see that ghostly beam is attached. It's going to be targeting one person. We have to wait until we get enough of these here, which Dexter has it. If you don't have enough damage reduction, this stuff hurts quite a bit. I'm going to... So we just need to wait for one more guardian to spawn, or have somebody walk over the center. Here we go. Guardian spawn. I'm going to go down now. Okay, so now I'm going to kill the 2 wardens here. And then when we put the wards in, put those in here, and then we're going to kill this boss here. Boss is going to drop the soul stone. Then I just have to wait. I have to wait until my team builds up the portal up top. And if you look right here on the screen, I have this impending doom timer right here. That fills up. It might not be good. It's gonna hurt. So I just hang out, and now you can see the portal is glowing a little bit. That means that they're building it. So once it's rebuilt completely, then they're just going to start it just like this right here. We're going to go up to the top, and then I'm going to go put this stone into the chamber here, and then the boss is going to become targetable again, and then we're going to rinse and repeat now. So if you have strong characters on Torment 4, then you should be able to just stand and take these hits. But it definitely requires you to have a character that can take a shot. It does hurt quite a bit. Yeah, so now we're back down. This is going to be the last time. So once this is done, that's the boss is dead. So you only have to make it through 2 phases at the very bottom. Put it in here. Now all I got to do is just rebuild up top, and I'm good. Once I go up top, I'll put the stone in, kill the boss, and we be dead. And then when you get your rewards, you go on. Spawn some earthquakes, kill some monsters. Wait patiently for your impending doom. Now that impending doom doesn't mean certain death. I've lived through a while of the impending doom, but it definitely doesn't feel great. Okay, so that's there. Now we should be able to kill the boss here, and then that's it. So that's your first wing. Now you get your Dark Citadel coin chest. Now, you get all of the really good loot when you get to the end. But now you're actually just going to teleport back out. You get a whole bunch of Dark Citadel coins. You can get some cosmetics. And then when you teleport, it actually takes you, unless you have your waypoint favorited, it's going to take you right back to the beginning. Sell everything. And then you can go into the next one. This is going to be rank 2 out, or wing number 2 out of 3. So this one starts off exactly the same. We're gonna look for our treasure wardens. treasure guard dudes. Kill your treasure guard dudes, and then we move on once we get to 2 out of 4. We need one more, and that should be enough treasure guard dudes. You can do this every week on every character. Alright, so now moving on to the next one. The final rewards are actually surprisingly good. So here, we're just going to kill the inner tube dude right here. So that inner tube dude is going to unlock the gate. Now that's a precursor to what the boss is going to be like. You have to kill inner tube dudes in order to unlock doors. So remember that. Kill inner tube dudes to unlock doors. So now we're going to go back to 4 out of 4. And then we're going to move on. I saw. Alright, so we're at 4 out of 4. And now, one person stands on this platform here, and then the other person is going to stand on this platform here. That's going to unlock the portal, and then everybody goes down. Now we got our first little mini boss here. We're going to unlock the siphon here. So now as we kill the inner tube dudes, these doors are going to open up right here. So we're going to wait for the siphon to go. Once the siphon goes, as you can see, there's a bunch of doors. So that was the inner tube dude. He died. All of the doors open. Everybody goes down their own door, unless you can't survive. And then you're going to take a siphon. Everybody takes a siphon. You wait for the timer on the siphon to go off, and it's gonna unlock the door. Once both siphons are done, everybody goes inside of the locked doors. Kill the inner tube dude here. I think they're actually called barrier guardians. Okay, so I want to activate this other siphon here. Once both of these siphons are done, the doors that are locked will open, and then we can go down. We're going to go down to the next floor, and on the next floor, that's where we're going to get all of the stuff that we're going to need. And this is where you have to start matching. So if you were not very good at putting the right blocks in the right place when you were a kid, it's going to be tough. We go down to the unknown portal. You run into the room here. Now we're going to just kill monsters till we get our portal guardians to spawn. He's dead. We're going to grab the stone. Now we just run up, click on the portal. Brings us back up to the top here. So I have a stone above my head that has a symbol. And then we match that symbol up right here. So we click on this. That matches the symbol. And then we go and we grab our chest. Get that loot. So, don't run into walls like that. And then we're going to rinse and repeat. Got to go back to 2 out of 4. We're at 1. We're going to go back to 2. Do it. Gotta find the entrance. So just like the last one person stands on one platform, the other person stands on the other one. That's gonna unlock it. And then everybody goes down. Now we have to go follow the ghost dudes again. Ooh, that... God. so ghost dudes are heading this way. We head this way. So we just follow these. You see the hair on this skin? Look at it. Looks like shiny glow. You just keep running till we get to the very end and hope that you don't die. That impending doom above your head makes it scary. You got enough time. As long as you have enough movement speed, you have enough time to get there. We're almost there. Maybe. Right there. Now we can clear the debuff. We are good to go. So now we have to move into the room here. One person stands on each one of the platforms again, and then you go back up. Now we're going to get our 4 out of 4, and then we're going to do the boss. Oh, wait, sorry. No, we do a boss now. So for this room here, everybody's going to go spread out around the room. Everybody goes and spread out. And then when we start the boss, you want to make sure that you are standing inside of the bubble. And then you kill the boss. Oh yeah, and don't tell your friends to spread out. Make sure that they stay inside the bubble. We're gonna take the portal here. And then we're gonna go back down. And then we're gonna go back to 2 out of 4. Yes, don't be a jerk. Okay? Don't be a jerk face. Have your friends stay inside the bubble. Keep them safe. Let's go find some treasure ward dudes. What a jerk face. Okay, one more. And then we're going to do the boss. Now this boss here, I'm going to stay on top of the boss the whole time. There's going to be a bunch of doors. Okay, let's go back into the boss room. You have to kill the barrier guardians in order to get the doors open. When you open the doors, they're going to have your ward stones. You got to grab the ward stones, you got to match them up, just like we've done throughout the whole first part of this dungeon here. If somebody doesn't stay on the boss starts doing a meteor that hurts. So we're going to stay on top of the boss here. We're going to activate the ward stones. We have to go find 2. Now there's 4 doors around us. You're going to go grab one of those in each one. You grab one, you bring it over, and you match up the symbol. You're going to rinse and repeat this for 3 phases. So what we just did there, we unlock the doors. We want to put them on the ward stone up here. So you match it up right there. Perfect. Now we're going to do damage to the boss. Okay, now he goes immune. Kill the barrier guardians throughout the map. Just like we did, the first 2 are going to be in the same places that we just got them from. So the reason that I'm staying on the boss here is because he's going to spawn randomly some ads that need to get killed. If I don't kill the ads, like this one right here, it's linked to him. If the ads don't die, that's when we start taking heavy damage. So everybody else spreads out. They go unlock the doors. And just like we did the very first phase, those are going to be in the exact same spot. So it goes the inner ones first, then the bottom left and the bottom right, and then it's going to do all 5 of them for the next one. So we got 1 heading over. The person following the boss, you don't have to worry too much about getting back, because when all of them are turned in for that round, you're going to actually get a teleporter that you can hop in and go back to the boss. Uh-oh, sorry. So we got all of these stones put in. We do damage to the boss. Now all of the doors open up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where you want to go to. Is open up those 5. Everybody takes turns going to each one. Do this real quick. Do it. Good. Okay, we did it. Without getting us killed. Beautiful. So here's another inner tube dude right here. The barrier guardians are what is going to open up the doors. Make sure you get your barrier guardians. You can grab those and then turn them in. So that's fine. So the good news about this is it's doable with 2 people. So if there's 2 people that can stay alive, then you can bring whoever you want to bring. It doesn't really matter too much. It doesn't really slow you down all too much. If everybody's going and grabbing their own stones, then that definitely does help. But all of the stones that you're going to be grabbing are going to be on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay on the boss here. That it doesn't murder us. Could be the last one. Get a teleporter. Yep, there's a teleporter. Then let's kill the boss here, and then that's the second branch. We're now 2 branches down out of 4. Or 3, I'm sorry. 2 branches down out of 3. So the final stage of this, the final wing, the way this is going to work, we're actually only going to go to 1 out of 4. You can't go any higher in this first phase, so we got a 1 out of 4. And now we're going to move on. Now, the way that this is going to work is that you stand on the platform, 2 people go down one side, 2 people go down the other side, and then you stand on this little corner here. If you're doing this with only a party of 2, so then you each need to go down the correct side. So if you're doing this with just a party of 2, everybody goes down their own side, you put them down, and then you go in and you do the other half. If it's still up here, you can come over here and grab ward stones. You put the ward stones in. Then we have now done both of those. So we're going to go back up to the top. Now we're going to go to 2 out of 4. Okay, so now we're heading down. Through the portal. So this one, the way this is going to work is we're going to have to kill this guardian here. You pick up the counterspell stone. You stand here. When that little orb gets next to you, you press the attack button. And then you knock it back. That creates a portal. You stand in the portal. And then you go down. So, same thing right here. This with these bosses here. You're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to wait until the guardian spawns. You're going to grab the counterspell stone. You're going to knock it back. Find a counterspell stone. Counter spell stone. There we go. A counter spell stone. We're gonna wait. Oh, I accidentally used it. And dead. Whoops. I know what happened. Okay, there we go. Okay. Here is the counterspell stone. We're gonna pick this up. We're gonna wait for these to spawn. Here we go. And then we're going to knock it back. Get a portal. Go down. And then you can kill the boss. So this is gonna come into play in the final boss too, because we're gonna have to do those exact steps in that final boss. So here's the boss here. You're gonna grab the counterspell stone. And we're going to go knock one back. Take the portal down. And then kill the boss here. That's it. Now we're gonna take the portals back up. That's gonna take us into the next room. Yep. So this one here, we actually go to 2 out of 4, or 4 out of 4, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna go to 4 here. So I think we do need to kill another treasure guardian here, if I remember correctly. We'll just hunt for this last one here. Yeah, we just need one more treasure guardian, and then treasure warden should be able to move down, move into the last one. Whoa, hey, I didn't realize there was an event here. Weird. I don't think we need to do the event. Let's just keep on going. We're gonna move on. So for this boss, this is the final boss. How this is going to work, the boss is going to drop down. We're going to attack a bunch of monsters. It's going to spawn one of those bouncer offer thingamajiggers. Those things, you know what I'm talking about, the counterspell stones. We have to use that on the boss itself. The boss is going to teleport down with all of us. We have to jump in the portal. We hit the boss. The boss is going to go immune. 2 of us have to run up to the very top of the screen. There's going to be 2 platforms to stand on. You have to click a button at the top once everybody's standing there, and that's going to reactivate the boss, create another portal. Everybody's going to go up to the top. Then everybody's going to kill some more monsters. That'll activate siphons. You spread out to all of the siphons. As you unlock the siphons, they're going to drop different stones, and you have to pick up those stones and you have to match it to the different siphons around. So you will maybe not get the stone that you're going to be standing on. So you have to pick it up and you have to run around, but you'll get to see it as you go. Once you do that again, the boss is going to come back down. We have to use the knocker backer thingamabob, and then we go back down again and rinse and repeat. That'll be easier to see it. Boss is going to come down. We're going to go into a portal. Take the portal down. Now we're going to fight the boss for a second. Everybody runs to the very top. Stands on the 2, 1 on each. And we click on the conduit. And then we go back up to the top. If you don't make it to the top, that's okay. There's going to be a portal tree. So you have to just kill the tree portal, and then you can go back up to the top. So we're going to kill all of the monsters here. You see the little bar filling up on the side. And that is going to be when we activate our siphons. We just kill monsters to activate the siphons. Then when we activate the siphons here, now everybody's going to get pulled. So now that's when we get our little thing above our head. Everybody's going to take their own siphon. This makes it go a little bit faster here. And then we don't get the impending doom of death. The impending doom of death. I'm giving you guys all of the technical terms. Knocker back to Thingamabob. The impending doom of death. Yeah, all of it. And then we get our guardians, right? And if I don't match up the symbols, so see my symbol matches, I can now use my sigil to unlock that. We have to do this last one here. This will give us the final one. We're going to go take this final one and we're going to go turn it in along the side. So there's the last guardian right there. Okay. So now the boss should teleport down. This is where you have to pick up the knocker backer thingamabob. And that is, so just like that right there. We're gonna have to wait for the guardian to spawn. Pick it up. Knock it back, just like that, and now take the portal. Beautiful. Now we're going to kill the boss again, run up to the very top. Wait, did it not die? It didn't die. Okay, so now we're going to go to the top. Ran away way too soon. Somebody needs to come up here with me. And on the other platform. Unleash the conduit. Okay. Okay, now we'll go back to the top. Go kill some monsters again. Unlock thing here. The good news is the game actually compensates for people being dead. So fortunately, if you only have people dead, then you don't have to unlock all 4 of them. So we now get pulled in. We're just gonna grab a siphon. And thank you so much, Toast. So after these are done here, we're gonna match up our wards, and that's going to be the final phase before we go down and kill the boss for the last time. So here's my sigil here. Oh wait, no, I have to go. My sigil. Here we have to unlock all of these here first. So we're gonna go around. Okay. Last one here. We're gonna kill this guardian now. I'm gonna match up my sigil here. Match up the sigil there. Now the boss should come down. And do the last thing. It'll be the last phase of knocking the buttons back. So we just have to wait for the guardian to spawn. There he is. Grab this here. Okay. Final phase here. Then all we need to do is kill the boss. We're not going to need to run up to the top. And this is it. Res your buddies, take the portal, and game over. Dark Citadel is complete.
Hello.
I'm live every night. I'd love it if you stopped by, said hi, theory crafted with me. Catch you on the clip side.